the sprinters have only had 2 chances, really, haven't they? They've got today and day 2, where Peter Sagan took his first of 2 stage victories. So the sprinters teams are going to be determined that they don't make a mistake today and that it does all come back together for the finish.
Oh, level crossings come down. Well, that's interesting. Now that's dropped down in front of the peloton. So the breakaway are clear. And down we go. And we're waiting for the train to come through. Yeah, you don't often see this, do you? Because it has to drop in that little gap between the breakaway and the peloton. And you're right, normally it's the brake that gets hindered, and then the peloton further back down the road just gets held until we're all moving again. That same gap, roughly speaking, is maintained. But you see all that work that those 3 riders have done is just disappearing. Excellent. Well, this is highly entertaining. I'm enjoying this. And as I say, just to remind ourselves that Alan Manangoni has an outsider's chance of taking the Mountains jersey in 2.5 kilometres. He's got to win, and Ballerini's got to be outside of the top 4 over this climb, so it's a slim chance. There we go. Through they go, and pretty soon the barriers will rise, you would hope, unless there's another train coming. No. Up they go, and they've lost 3 minutes, so they'll have an advantage of over 5 minutes to break away, and they've gained time. Ballerini appears to have moved to the front, seems to be gesticulating.
I think this is the UCI commissaire saying that you've got to stop to allow the time gap to come back down to where it was. And now, Ballerini's saying, well, we've just got a KOM coming up here.
Well, that's just what we were talking about, wasn't it, a few kilometres ago?
Yeah.
Right now, the defining point of his race, and they are asked to stop. And they're going to have to launch from the standing start, a sprint to the line from here. A frankly incomprehensible decision. At least if you're going to do that, let them contest this honestly and fairly, and then bring them to a halt afterwards. But the lunacy of this race, I think they've made an absolute mockery of the final climb here and taken Ballerini's big moment potentially away from him. And after all, that's rather an anticlimax. 100 metres to go. An interrupted sprint for the final King of the Mountains points, in which Alan Manangoni will take 5. Davide Ballerini will settle, by the looks of it, for 2nd place and pick up 3, which will give him the jersey. Peter Sagan now in 4th place, a little split there in the peloton. The final selection for this sprint has been made with a couple of 100 metres to go. Gaviria opens up his sprint, Sagan is on his wheel, Gaviria's got the edge at the moment, the Colombian hitting for home, but Sagan, it's going to be tight between them. Split that one. I think Gaviria feels that he's got the win, but it was ever so tight. And the winner of stage 6 is being declared already by television, so there we go. Fernando Gaviria edges out Peter Sagan at the line. Well, there's no change in the general classification. None of the big riders lost any time today, and they wouldn't have expected to either, so safely negotiated for Nairo Quintana and all the riders in the podium positions.